Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Will the Collector back with another video review. What have I got today for you folks? None other than the Mcfarlane Toys DC Multiverse Deathstroke. And man, are these packages kind of big. I almost feel like it's a waste of plastic and cardboard. I mean, that's it. There's so much space in the bottom of this thing, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not a packaging designer, not a toy designer. I'm just a guy who decided, hey, I'm going to talk about my toys I collect. Anyways, there he is in his window box packaging, and man, he comes up to the top. Turn around to the side, you got Deathstroke, Batman Arkham Origins. People like Arkham Origins. People don't like Arkham. I like Arkham Origins. I really do. Do I feel there's the difference between the regular Arkham trilogy, between Asylum City and Night? Yeah, you know, I think the fighting mechanics are just a little bit off for me. Would I want them to go back in and do like I hope they don't do an HD remake because they really jacked up the jaw on the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City. But I still love them. I still play them. I like playing this one around the holidays because it's set during Christmas time. There's the back of the packaging, again with his CGI model there from the game. You also have other versions of Batman and other related character. I think he's all no Azrael's right there. But you have the Green Lantern Batman, I guess the Doomsday Batman, Azrael, Batman of Earth 44. I guess it's a futuristic Batman, and then the Grim Knight. I guess that's the one that's all like gunned out, which I have my reservations about that. But turn around to the side, you get Deathstroke right there, DC Multiverse, and a nice window, and that nice classic Mcfarlane logo right there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pause this video. When I come back, he is going to be out of his plastic and cardboard prison. Be right back with you. And we're back, folks, and here he is all out of his packaging. And I gotta say, it kind of took a minute. Articulation's a little weird. He casts a good silhouette, I will say that, or you know, shadow. I mean, he has a good silhouette. I want to like him, but just even for me getting him out, because I'm not going to be as nitpicky as other people. Because if they stand upright, if they can pose, if they come with accessories, I'm typically a happy camper. Having said that, there's just some off things about this. One, I mean, off things, yet good things. One, he comes with a figure stand, which has nothing else but a DC logo right there, which, you know, can peg into either foot right here. He comes with a sword, which goes into his sheath, which is painted good enough. I mean, you got a handle painted and you got the blade painted. You know, easy peasy. I'm easy on that aspect. Having said that, the sheath is very lacking. Let me just put it that way. Very lacking as far as concept. I'll say that because you can see it, but I'll go over that here when we're looking at the sculpt here in a second. But he also comes with a card, and again, it's similar to that artwork on the back. Deathstroke, Batman Arkham Origins, and on the back it reads, Deathstroke, Batman Arkham Origins, data file, data or source, Batman Arkham Origins, video game 2013. Real name Slade Wilson. He's 6'2", 225 pounds. I have that in millimeters and kilograms. Slade Wilson was an Army's top operative when he underwent experiments that turned him into a super soldier with enhanced strength, stamina, and regenerative powers. When he was dishonorably discharged, he became the world's deadliest mercenary, known as Deathstroke. A master of martial arts and expert marksman, Deathstroke is a threat to even the most powerful superheroes. And I gotta say, I think he was a little bit underestimated. And then, what was it? Was it Justice League? Oh, I'm trying to think of that graphic novel where they just really brought Deathstroke back out and they just unleashed him on everybody. I think it was Identity Crisis. It was one of the first things where they really just kind of unshelved Deathstroke. Be like, hey, here's a guy that can take out the Justice League, you know, by, you know, zipping a bag over Black Canary's head. And, you know, friggin' I think he thumbed Green Arrow in the abdomen and made him throw up. I mean, it was ridiculous, but it was awesome. put that file card there on Gigawatt. But let's look at this guy right here. Take him off of his stand, and if you get it right, he will stand. You know, I mean, he looks good enough. Let me back this out a little bit. You know, he's got a good paint scheme going on. I like the one eye. Head sculpt looks really nice. A lot of texture, a lot of suit texture over this whole body. I think he's, you know, oh, it's interesting. I'll say that. It's almost like you've got like a rubberish armor overlay over a endoskeletal, you know, infrastructure here. I'm saying that correctly. We just kind of go over the articulation, his head. It's got a little bit of play. I'm trying to figure out what is back up in there. I don't know about Mcfarlane and head swapping, so it's not like, you know, any other figure like a Marvel Legend or sometimes Mattel where you pop the head off and you're good to go. This is just a little bit different. His shoulders is on a got a butterfly there, but it's hindered by some of the armor, which is going to be expected. He's got a bicep cut, double jointed elbow, which, man, you can get some range out of there, but then you come around here to the back and it just looks wonky when you do. That's not going to bother me as much as it's going to be other people if I decide to pose him that way. Typically when I have a weapon like a sword and a pistol, he might be holding the sword one way and he's going to be holding that pistol a completely different other way. Typically the sword's going to be out and the gun's going to be aiming down. Like, well, if I miss you with the bullet, the sword's going to cut you in half. Got double jointed elbow over here as well, which he gets heck of a good bend out of that, but it looks a little awkward. And then you've got ab rotation. Oh, nice detents there. And you got some side to side, which is good. So waist swivel, a little bit side to side in case you want to, however you were going to pose him. Then hips, you're going to be a little bunched up by this waist piece right here, which it doesn't look like it's not connected, but it's stuff that's slid up over. Like I said, I think it's like a skeletal structure that this stuff is formed around. I think that might be part of the mold. And then you got some joints and pins within there. Again, I think this crotch piece is just an overlay. You have no thighs. You got kind of thigh swivel, but it runs into stuff. You know. Or it's just a little bit of play. Not much, because these inner crotch pieces will block it from going anywhere further inward. And then you've got a double jointed knee. Big pins. Look at that. Good Lord. Oh. It's like one knee moves good. The other knee, not so good. I don't want to force it too much because, man, my luck, I'd snap, and I don't see many of these out. I managed to come across him. I've seen the Arkham Knight Batman a couple times. I don't know. I'm still debating on when I want to pick him up. And he's got a ball and swivel ankle. You know, kind of a rocker there. Kind of. You know, I couldn't get it much here on this left one because I feel like the left one was really where it was needing. I mean, you could take you a second, but you can get him in a good pose that you want him in. And then he's got that toe cut. Like I said, I don't understand the toe cut. Maybe because I was burned so many years by Marvel Legends. I had a Wonder Man that just, I had to trim that off to get it to lay there. And again, he comes with his accessory, which is his sword, which he can, let's see. Dang, that's a stiff hand. Let me see how well he holds it in his left hand, if I could flex those fingers out enough. There we go. But also keep in mind, he does have a trigger finger on that left hand, but he does not come with a gun, which is unfortunate. But I mean, you know, he could possibly hold that thing while it's in the sheath. I'll have to mess with that later. Let's see. Just, like I said, just getting him. I want to like him. I really do, because I've got a bad history with these video game Deathstrokes. I'm going to set him off to the side and bring in his DC counterpart, which this is actually... I've had two of these guys, and I think it was the thigh swivel that was janky, or I popped out an elbow. I basically, this is parted out. This is two Deathstrokes into one. Two Deathstrokes into one. But he comes with a pistol, a sword. That's why he has two pistols. A sword and a sheath that actually hides the sword, to where, as soon as I get him standing upright. Size is negligible. Where's my measurement? Dang. I had it out earlier. Gotta keep track of these things. Gosh knows I set it down somewhere. Anyways, as you can see, height's a little bit off. He looks like he's going to be like, you know, in scale purpose, about less than half an inch difference. Where did I put that tape measure? I just had it. Oh, there it is. Let's see. Mcfarlane's is just under, or just over 7 1/4. To where DC's is, let me see, just under 7. So I get a better angle for these guys. Mcfarlane's is just over 7. Okay. That clears that up. And take him out. And here he is with DC Arkham Origins Batman. I mean, I don't know if I'm good with him being a little bit taller than Batman. Even though he was the biggest pain that took us in that video game. It did take me many times just to get him down. But moving him off to the side, here he is next to Mcfarlane Toys. Or, I'm sorry, NECA Toys, Hal Jordan. That might fit a little bit better. A little bit better. NECA Toys is running a little taller. So that might work. It'll be close enough. I mean, he's got to be like really jacked. But he's only supposed to be 6'2". So here he is with Mcfarlane Mortal Kombat Spawn. That works pretty good together. I can't remember whether or not Deathstroke was in that DC versus Mortal Kombat game. I want to say that he was. It's been so long since I played with that. And here he is with Hasbro's Deathstroke, which, man, that doesn't work at all, really. You can fudge it. I mean, he's been experimented on, so he could be really huge, but I don't think he's going to be that big. I'm just pulling Duke up here. He wasn't standing right. But I wanted to grab my main man Lobo. Storm Collectibles Lobo. That'd be pretty good, I think. Yeah, I mean, Lobo's an alien. You can get away with that. And because I got him close by, here is my Marvel Legends Captain America, which that doesn't work well at all either. Yeah, if you wanted to put him on your DC shelf, he just might be a smidge too tall. You know, and again, like I said, it's you know, whatever your preference is. I mean, he's been working pretty good. There's just a lot of things. Him being able to stand without the stand. Now, granted, he comes with a stand, so that's cool. His articulation's a lot to mess with. He's got a good amount of pieces that are in the way. This sheath back here. I mean, so this thing is glued back here, and then it's pegged back here. The pegs popped out a couple times. But you see how that sheath is just, it's just one piece. And it's, you know, I would rather have this side exposed than this side exposed. I just feel like that's a sloppy job right there. My honest opinion. You know, I mean, yeah, the sword's going to go down in there. As you can see, it'll fit in there fine. But again, I just felt like it was a sloppy, you know, that'll work type thing. But he'll grab a hold of that sword. Let me see here what gun I've got. Let's see. If you can get him you just got to get him lined up in that right sweet spot. Let's see if this looks good. No, that's not going to fit very well. What close by guns do I have that are big enough? I think I got a bag of guns down here. Let's see. There we go. Big combat looking shotgun. And the only reason I pull anything off camera typically is because I don't want to be knocking over my camera. So you got to put it in the hand and then move this ball joint, which ain't always easy to get lined up. That's not bad. Again, with a combat shotgun. You know, for me with Deathstroke, it's always pulling off that silhouette. It's like, hey, yeah, you're going to come at me, but I'm really, you're not going to stand more than 5 seconds because, yeah, but at least he's able to hold that. So, you know, at least they thought, hey, let's give him a trigger finger. But then again, we gave him no guns to hold. But we gave you a sword. So, again, that is Mcfarlane Toys DC Universe Deathstroke, boys and girls. I have been Will the Collector. If you like, please give me a like. Please share and please subscribe. And any of those orders would be great. Again, Will the Collector, and I'll catch you later.